Okay, welcome back. For this last video, we're going to go through multi-targeting and population analyses in Casper. So you start by launching the program like you normally would, and you'll navigate to the toolbar, and under Tools, you'll see the two options available to you. So we'll start with multi-targeting analysis. Multi-targeting analysis, all you have to do to run it is select the organism and the endonuclease. These should be CSPR files that you've already generated in New Genome. If you need help with doing that, there's a video in the Casper playlist on our YouTube channel. So I'm going to analyze E. coli, and so I've selected SPCAS9 and I'll click Analyze here. So we see this table that shows the repeated seeds, and then we have a couple figures on the right hand side of our screen. So to start on the top, this is the seed analysis panel. So what you do is you click on a single seed, like we can pick this one right here, and it will show you where all of the occurrences are in the genome, broken down by chromosome or scaffold, depending on how your input genomic sequence file was ordered. If you hover over the repeats, you can see more detailed information in the panel above, such as the location, the sequence, the folding sequence, the PAM, on-target score, and direction. And then the seed distribution will show you how many of those repeats are on which chromosome or scaffold. This is especially helpful for multi-chromosomal organisms like eukaryotes, or for highly fragmented assemblies. And then in this bottom panel, we have a global analysis, which shows a more broad overview of the organism's repeat landscape. In this figure, we have the number of sequences for versus the number of repeats. And in this one, we have the number of repeats per seed ID number, which are basically just a random number, or not a random number, but a number arbitrarily assigned to each of these seeds. And you can see that the ones with the high number of repeats are sticking out. And so this helps you, these two figures help you to see a bit of a higher level picture of the multi-targeting in the organism. Lastly, we have the statistics overview, which shows the total number of repeats and a few basic statistics on the repeat landscape in your organism as well. In this table, we have lots more information, such as the consensus sequence, the average number of repeats per scaffold or chromosome, and as well as the other score, PAM, strand information. If you want to, you can select multiple of these and export the rows to a CSV file using this button here. But that is mostly it for multi-targeting, so I think we can move on to population analysis. So like before, just click on Tools, and now we are in population analysis. And so what you'll need to do is select two or more of the CSPR files that you've already created. I've assembled some CSPR files for a few model bacteria, so we'll click on these and click Analyze Organisms, and then we'll see a few things. This table got populated, and we have this figure now on the bottom left. And what this is a heat map of the pairwise shared repeats for the organisms we selected. Of course, the diagonal will be self-contained repeats, so the repeats in Staph aureus here, the repeats in Bacillus subtilis, and the repeats in E. coli. And these are not accurate to the color scale, because these will always be much larger than the other shared repeats. But you can see as you hover that organism 2 and organism 3 share 60 repeats, and organism 2 and organism 1 share 278 sequences in common, and those numbers correspond to the numbers in the table. So this helps you see the relationship between these organisms and how many seeds are shared between them. In this table, we have a list of all of the seeds that are conserved in all of the organisms selected. So if you wanted to find a sequence that is shared between all organisms selected, you can find it in this table. And you can also click on one of them and find the exact locations that they occur in the organisms, how many times they appear, and get a little bit more granular level of detail on that particular seed. As before, if you want to save these sequences to a CSV file, it's very easy. All you have to do is select the rows and export to a CSV as before. So that is about it for population and multi-targeting analyses. We hope that these tools will be helpful for your research.